CHS Game Time welcomes you to the Anaheim Convention Center for the CIF Southern Section Girls Basketball Championship Games. Chris, we've got 4 local teams competing for titles, and we begin with the headliner on Friday night, Santiago.
Yeah, the king of the Big 8, Santiago. They're looking for redemption. A few months ago, it was a little while ago, they played Towanda, who they're playing tonight. They lost that game by 10 points, but you got to imagine with high school basketball, a lot changes over a course of a couple months, and Shea Rowe and company is going to be hungry.
All right, so the Sharks in action as the big game tonight, the entree. Right before that at 7 o'clock, we have Canyon Springs taking on Bishop Amat for the Division 1A championship. And then just before that, North.
Of course, North, they were here last year, and what do you know? It's deja vu. They're playing Lynnwood once again. We know last year North lost, but they were able to make that run to the state title game. And can they cap it off this year for another state title run with a CIF championship to win tonight?
Should be a great rematch. The first game of the day, tipping off at 3:30 right behind us. Murrieta Valley taking on Culver City for the Division 2A championship, and that's where we start our highlights. The Nighthawks looking to make school history and bring home its first CIF crown. Pick things up in the first quarter. Ariana Fernandez gets it cracking, drops the triple like it's hot. Then later in the opening frame, Bren Dahmer working inside, gets the putback. Still in the first quarter, Fernandez to Aaliyah Marshall inside, the Nighthawks leading 11-7 after 1 quarter. Now we fast forward to the second quarter, and more from Marshall going through the lane and gets the bucket. Still in the second, to Shea Wilkes, to Karen Wolf inside, ties the game at 16 apiece. Still in the second, Hernandez to Wolf. She's got another basket, and the Nighthawks led 23-18 at the half. Fast forward to the third quarter. It's Marshall driving inside, 27-21. Marshall dropped 14 points to the fourth quarter now off the miss. Wolf just owning the glass, 37-33. Murrieta Valley on top, and they go on to win the CIF Division 2A title by a final score of 49-37.
Battle tested and ready for revenge, JW North would be taking on Lynnwood, a team that beat them in last year's CIF championship game. Husky Nation fired up for the tip-off, and they would come out hot. Priscilla Brooks would get things going for North as she works the low block for the lay-in. More from North early as Jasmine Brooks knocks down the mid-range jumper for the first quarter lead. Poor defensive rebounding in the first half would cost the Huskies. Najila Johnson would continue with the hot hand from deep, bearing another 3 as the Knights held a 19-point halftime lead. Lynnwood continues to roll early in the third. This time on the fast break, it's Elise Lofton with the lay-in. But Husky Nation isn't ready to throw in the towel yet. Fourth quarter, Huskies down 8, but it's Priscilla Brooks back in the paint going to work for the lay-in. More scrappy play for North as Simone DeCoude steals the inbound pass for another 2 points. The Huskies continue to push, this time with the runner in the lane from Camille Diaz. But 3 points down is as close as they would get. Things just not going the Huskies' way most of the night as they take their second consecutive loss to Lynnwood in the CIF championship game.
In the CIF Division 1A championship game, we saw Gail Hale and her Canyon Springs Cougars battling Bishop Amat. Canyon Springs trailed for nearly the entire ball game, but it only matters how you finish. And could Cougars head coach Gail Hale get any better? She just did. Rockin' braids for the finals. In the second quarter, the Cougars, Charnea Johnson-Chapman to Gaden Chambers, hits the 3-ball, but the Cougars down 25-18 at the half. Fast forward to the third quarter. Chariah Scott inside, gets the ball, lays it in, but the Cougars down 32-23 later in the third. Is it getting warm in here? Cheyenne Greenhouse with the 3. And that makes it a 7-point game, 35-28. Canyon Springs still trailing. Later in the third, Jordan Pennyman, she spots up for 3. Nails it. That pulls the Cougars within 4. Still in the third, Greenhouse to the cup and 1. That makes it 35-33. The Cougars within 2. Now to the fourth quarter, it's Pennyman slicing inside, 38-36. The Cougars still hanging around, trailing by a deuce. Now it's Bishop Amat with the ball, and Canyon Springs forces the turnover. Kamari Hollis up ahead to Ashley Sparks. That ties the game at 45. Canyon Springs was up by 1. Bishop Amat with the ball. They draw the foul. Mariana Clayton goes to the line with a chance to give her team the lead. She hits 1 of 2 free throws, so it's now tied, 46-46. Canyon Springs with the ball, less than 5 seconds to play. Sparks goes the length of the court and lays it in at the buzzer. Canyon Springs wins the CIF Southern Section Division 1A championship by a final score of 48-46. The Cougars win their first section title since 2005.
Santiago has been red hot throughout the playoffs, but they would no doubt be tested tonight as they would face giant killer Towanda, fresh off a win against Mater Dei.
Santiago hoping to get revenge on their early season loss to Towanda, and they would get right to work with a circus shot from Shea Rowe. Sharks keeping the offense going early on with the fast break. It's Shiana Carrington getting it done with the lay-in. Santiago continuing to roll on offense. They would take a 6-point lead heading into half thanks to 2 big threes from Carrington. But Towanda would make a push to take the game over in the third. It's junior guard Mackenzie Fort forcing the turnover and getting the bucket on the lay-in. Later in the third, Towanda on the move again and another layup for Fort. But in the fourth quarter, the Sharks would be smelling blood. Paris Jones, the crafty little guard for Santiago, cuts to the hoop for the bucket and the foul, and the Sharks are back in the driver's seat. Shea Rowe never afraid to shoot the ball, and she would make Towanda pay with a big-time 3 from deep. Sharks keep rolling. This time it's Rowe running the break and finding a wide-open Carrington for 2. Late fourth quarter, Shea Rowe putting the game away in style with the teardrop skyhook. And Santiago is your CIF 1AA champ with the 70-65 win over Towanda.
So that is a wrap for girls basketball here at the CIF Championships for us, but the season, Chris, not over.
Far from over. We saw North last year, as we said, lost here at the CIF and made a run all the way to the state championship. So definitely business is not done yet.
All right, for Chris Ercoli, I'm Fernandez. We'll see you next time here on HS Game Time.